friends.
Hi, my friend, yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Wow.
I think what's been most impactful for me is the emphasis on relationship. You can come down here and do things for people, but in the end it matters not what you do, but the connection that you make with people.
On this particular trip, I was affected when I learned that the school here that we've been working in Membriel has had to cut not only their school day short, but they have to cut a meal too for the kids. And it's just crazy when you come and you hear about the stuff in first world countries and stuff, and it's like, oh, that's sad. But then you come here and it's like, wow, this is really happening. Like, this is a thing, and you see how these kids are affected by even just the slightest change in their day.
One of the things that affected me on this trip is the poverty, the people in Zapote.
There's this lady in San Lucas, which is where we're staying, and she has to crawl everywhere she goes, and every morning she crawls out somewhere and she tries to get money so she can feed herself. And I just thought that, like, in Canada we would just give up, we wouldn't really do that, but down here, they don't have a choice, and it's so interesting to see how they work so hard, and that, like, if they have to, they crawl everywhere. And I think that their work ethic is a lot stronger than ours.
I think what's impacted me most is we built a house in Zapote this year, and when we were there at the very end of it all, we always dedicate the house. And so the local pastor in Zapote, Pastor Jose Luis, he was sitting there translating. And this couple who we built the house for, they were weeping for joy and praising God and thanking God for the provision of a house. And they were crying, and that was an impact to me. When I looked over at the pastor, and he is weeping for this family, for their joy. And I thought, we have such an abundance in North America. And when I sit there and I see the little house that we build, and it causes not just the family, but the pastor, it was a powerful moment in my life. And that was probably the most impactful for me in this trip in 2015.
Something that's really stood out to me on this trip to Guatemala is the children, and how friendly they are, how they're so outgoing, and they want to come up to you and they want to hug you, and they smile at you so hugely. And it's just so inspiring to see that. I love to be able to smile at people and to go right up to them and say, hey, I'm Maggie, what's your name? And be more affectionate towards them right from the get-go. That's what I want to do. And that's what I want to take away from this trip. I want to be more like the Guatemalan children.
It's not the materialistic items or the things that we seem to place very high in society that are important and that impact our lives. What they place down here as a high priority is family, friends, doing what makes you happy. And I think that that's one thing I'm going to take home and live by and change my life to be appreciative of all the things that I'm so fortunate for having that many people down here wouldn't even dream of having.
Something that I'll take home, I think, is when I go back, I still want to live as a missionary in Canada. And living as a missionary here and there is very similar. We still have poverty in Canada, and we still have poverty here.